Hey guys, this is Frozen Things Steve's here, and welcome back to another movie review. And today, I am going to be doing a review on West Side Story. So, West Side Story is a 2021 remake of the 1957 classic by the same name. Yep, also called West Side Story, and it's directed by Steven Spielberg, and it stars Rachel Zegler, Ansel Elgort, Ariana DeBose, David Alvarez, Mike Face, Brian D.R.C. James, Corey Stoll, Rita Moreno, etc. And so basically, West Side Story tells the pretty much the same story as the original. But if you're not familiar with the story of West Side Story, well, let me summarize it for you. So basically, it tells a story about this relationship between Maria and Tony, two people from opposing sides. Tony is a member of the Jets, which are pretty much a bunch of street gangsters who are fighting against the Sharks. So basically, yeah, there's this huge rivalry between the Jets, and so people from Maria's kind, they hate the members of the Sharks and Jets, and so yeah, when they find out that Maria is in love with Tony, everyone gets concerned. Because they want Maria to fall in love with someone from their kind and not from the opposite. But yeah, there's a bunch of tensions here. Maria and Tony still hang out, and Tony still participates in battle against the Sharks, and yeah, we get so much confrontation, tragedy, and all that stuff. So yeah, that's basically the best I can summarize it. So yeah, now the reason why I am reviewing West Side Story is because both Rachel Zegler and Ariana DeBose, who both star together in this film, are going to have a new movie this month. This month in November. Yeah. Rachel Zegler is going to be in The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which, despite not being a hardcore Hunger Games fan, I am hyped for Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, not only because of Rachel Zegler, but the trailers had me sold. And in a week after Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, we got Wish, the upcoming Ariana DeBose film, and my most anticipated movie for the rest of the year, by far. Hunger Games is actually my second most anticipated movie of this month, and certainly in my top 5 most anticipated movies for the rest of the year. But Hunger Games but Wish is obviously first, and so yeah, I think now is a perfect time to to review the movie where Rachel Zegler and Ariana DeBose starting together. And yeah, one reason why I wanted to review this is because I just can't stop thinking about this movie. I've been wanting to talk about this movie for a while, but I never really got the chance to talk about this movie on my channel. Besides mentioning this, the only time I've mentioned this movie on my channel is in my review of The Fabelmans, which was probably the only Spielberg movie I've reviewed. Oh wait, though that and the first two Jurassic Park movies are the only Spielberg movies I reviewed. But I mentioned this movie in my Fabelmans. I don't remember if I mentioned this movie in my Jurassic Park review, but I could have done it. And also I gave this the Frozen Awards 2022. If you guys remember that, yeah. I gave this movie the award for best production design, which I still think that this has the best. I still think this is worthy of a best production design win. I'll talk more about that later. But the main reason as to why I'm reviewing this movie is because of the Rachel Zegler hate. Yeah, the Rachel Zegler backlash. Yeah, I think I've made the I've talked to them about my defense of Rachel Zegler and why she deserves none of the hate she gets. Yeah, and yeah, she doesn't deserve any of the hate. Totally. I mean, just because Rachel Zegler isn't Snow White, is playing Snow White, doesn't mean the Rachel Zegler hate that should be brought upon her other roles. And yeah, now people are refusing to watch Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes because of that. Well, I will make a video on why you should give Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes a chance, and I will also do a video as to why you should give Wish a chance, because honestly, Wish doesn't have as much hype as there should be. As it should be, and I think Wish deserves a far more hype than it's currently getting. But yeah, more on that when I get to those videos. But yeah, but Rachel Zegler isn't my top 10 favorite actresses. I don't care what anyone else says. Yeah, I don't care. But yeah, I'm talking about this movie to basically remind you of what a good Rachel Zegler movie is. Like what a role of Rachel Zegler that I think is impossible to hate. And yet, that's why I'm reviewing this movie. And I just wanted to, cause yeah, and by the way, at the time last year when The Fabelmans came out and I saw it, I was actually going to be doing a top 10 favorite Steven Spielberg movies. Yeah, I was going to be doing that list of my top 10 favorite Steven Spielberg movies. But unfortunately, though, it got scrapped. My favorite Steven Spielberg list got scrapped. I couldn't do it anymore for some reason. But don't worry, guys. I will eventually do that. Yeah, I scrapped my top 10 Steven Spielberg movies video, but I will get back to that. I will eventually bring back that list that I once scrapped, because I'm pretty sure Steven Spielberg's birthday is a month away, so I will do my top 10 favorite Steven Spielberg movies on his birthday next month. But anyways, now I will be sharing with you my thoughts on West Side Story now. My thoughts on this, and West Side Story is a freaking masterpiece. Yep. This movie is a goddamn brilliant masterpiece. I absolutely adore West Side Story. In fact, I'm gonna say this right now. I think this is my favorite Spielberg movie. Yep, you heard me right. This is my favorite Steven Spielberg movie. Yep, it even beats out some of Spielberg's classics. You know, like Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, E.T., Jaws. You name it. Yep. It beats out those movies. It beats out those movies. And I know what you're gonna say. Oh wait, you're just being recency biased. There's no way this is Spielberg's best movie. Well, if I was recency biased, I would have said The Fabelmans is the best Spielberg movie. But to me personally, despite I love The Fabelmans, I will say that The Fabelmans was a step down from West Side Story. Yeah, a huge step down. I think West Side Story is a million times better, and I can name so many reasons as to why this movie is a masterpiece. And I remember in my review of The Departed just last month, when I was reviewing Martin Scorsese's movies leading up to Killers of the Flower Moon, I called The Departed the greatest remake of all time. Well, I take that back, because West Side Story is no competition. The single greatest remake of all time, period. Yep. The greatest remake of all time. And one of those remakes that is vastly superior to the original West Side Story. And if you're wondering how I feel about the original West Side Story movie, it's good, but honestly kind of overrated. Now, don't get me wrong, I love West Side Story, but honestly, just after watching this movie and then looking back at the original, I feel like I just kind of don't feel attached to the film. But I will say it's a very well-made film. It's it's a great musical, great performances. Although the actress playing Marie is miscast, and all that stuff. I mean, maybe calling it overrated. Nah, not really overrated, but I will say that how do I say this? I will say that it is a great film, a near perfect film, but it's just nowhere near as good as this masterpiece right here. This glorious, brilliant masterpiece right here. Yep, West Side Story, man. This is the true West Side Story movie. In fact, In fact, now when I was rewatching this movie, I actually forgot that the original film existed. But yeah, I actually forgot that this was a remake. Yeah, it's hard to believe that this was even a remake because of how much effort is put into it, and especially from the fact that this is a Disney remake. Yep, this is a Disney movie just under 20th Century Studios and under 20th Century Studios, and yeah, this is yeah, a Disney remake. Not like a Disney not a live action Disney remake, but rather Disney remaking a movie that isn't made by them. Isn't made by them, and this puts every single remake to shame. Yeah, this puts all the other remakes to a big massive shame. Yep, and yeah, this yeah. But now let's get into what I loved about West Side Story. Yeah, first let's start off with the awards it got. Yeah, the awards it got. Let me just start by saying that this is probably my personal favorite. My favorite of the Best Picture nominees. Like in the Oscars 2022, my favorite, and this honestly should have won Best Picture. Yes, Coda's a worthy Best Picture winner. Coda's worthy. I think Coda is a very underappreciated Best Picture winner, but I think this is better. I think this movie is very underappreciated actually. Like no, Coda's a very underappreciated. I meant to say, but I think West Side Story should have won. And Asha won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. Yippee, yep. I mean, I will say I will get to Ariana DeBose in a bit, but yeah, I think this movie could have won a little more the Oscars, but I think the Golden Globes did this movie far more justice than the Oscars. I mean, yeah. This movie won Best Picture for musical and comedy. Yippee, yep. I mean, even though the Golden Globes Best Picture is different, it's like in two categories. It's in different categories. It's still a Golden Globe Best Picture winner either way. And what's even better, Rachel Zegler won Best Actress at the Golden Globes. Yippee, yep. She 1,000,000% deserved it. Yeah, take that, Rachel Zegler haters. I actually forgot that Rachel Zegler won Best Actress at the Golden Globes until I was earlier I was reading my Letterboxd reviews on this film that I did in the last few years, and I saw that Rachel Zegler. I mentioned in my Letterboxd reviews that Rachel Zegler won Best Actress, and couldn't be prouder. And yeah. And Ariana DeBose won Best Supporting Actress in this film. Yeah, both this and the Oscars. Yeah, wow. They must really love Asha in this film. And I'm actually happy that Ariana DeBose gets to star in another in a Disney classic. And yeah, I'm not exaggerating when I say that this movie has some of the best performances in a Spielberg movie I have ever seen. And I think the performances are one of the strongest aspects of this movie. Rachel Zegler obviously being the standout. I mean, if you know me so well, you know that I'd pick Rachel Zegler as the standout. And please shut up, Rachel Zegler haters. I don't want to hear say, oh, how can you praise Rachel Zegler? She's a criminal. She says nonsense. Well, shut up, please. I'll probably take a jab on the Rachel Zegler haters in my Hunger Games Battle of Song vs. Snakes review, but in this one I'll just talk about her. Yeah, this is Rachel Zegler's best performance she has ever done, and yeah, it's gonna be hard for any of Rachel Zegler's future roles to top this one. Well, I mean, is it possible? I mean, yeah, it actually is possible that there could be a better Rachel Zegler role that tops this, but I think it's gonna be tough. And I am aware that this is her first movie. And just with her first movie alone, Rachel Zegler already won me over instantly. And Shazam: Fear of the Gods just proves that, as that's her second film, and the upcoming Hunger Games Battle of Song vs. Snakes is her third movie, her next movie, and then Snow White. And then the Snow White, which is the movie that got Rachel Zegler seen as a bad actress. Even though I actually want to give Snow White a chance. I mean, it's being written by Greta Gerwig, and Rachel Zegler surely will do a good job. Same with Gal Gadot, but it's not really winning me over just by the fact that it's another one of these live action remakes that's just gonna tell the story. And don't get me started on those dwarves. Yeah, that photo of the dwarves. I don't know why people are being too generous to those hideous dwarf designs in the Snow White. And she's also going to be. And there's actually two movies that no one knows Rachel Zegler is starring in. Yeah, Rachel Zegler is actually going to star in an animated movie called Spellbound, which is she's actually the leading role of that movie, which also stars Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem as Rachel Zegler's co-stars. It's actually from the same studio that gave us Luck, which was a huge disappointment. I do not like Luck, but I am actually pretty excited for Spellbound. I think Spellbound will be way better than Luck, and way better than Luck. Yeah. Now I know people say that Luck is bad. You know what? I'm not gonna talk about that. I don't spend too much time talking about that. But yeah, and also Rachel Zegler will be in an A24 movie called Y2K, which is apparently about a bunch of nerdy high schoolers going to it's basically about a New Year's Eve party where like I'm guessing there's like gonna be a lot of drinking, alcohol, and all that stuff. And we also got Jane Martell, Mason Gooding, some really good casting this. But and I know I can already see the panics. Oh no, Rachel Zegler is in an A24 movie. She's going to ruin A24. Yeah. Y2K is honestly my most anticipated upcoming A24 movie. And yeah, easily my most anticipated upcoming A24 movie. And I don't care what her haters say. She can say, oh, is Rachel Zegler going to ruin A24? Better not hear that shit. But yeah, West Side Story is a perfect debut for Rachel Zegler. In fact, I think this might be her best. This might be Rachel Zegler's. No, this might be the best debut for any performance I've ever seen. Yeah, just by the first performance already winning me over, and me singing my praises to Rachel Zegler. Yeah. And Rachel Zegler is freaking gorgeous, especially in this film. I mean, how could you not think Rachel Zegler is gorgeous? I mean, it's hard not to think that. And yeah, and also another highlight is Ariana DeBose, who is easily in my second favorite. It was easily in my second favorite thing, and who is my second favorite aspect of no, my second favorite performance. Yes, that's what I meant to say. My second favorite performance. I know that most people say Ariana DeBose gave a better performance. But to me personally, I still prefer Rachel Zegler slightly more. But I will say out of all the actresses who won Best Supporting Actress in the Oscars, Ariana DeBose won. Ariana DeBose is probably the best. The most worthy Best Actress winner, period. Supporting actress, period. Yeah, she just owned it, and I do know that. And I actually thought that this was her first film, and for first film, but actually no, it's not really. I think she was actually in Hamilton, which I actually didn't know about, but I think she plays like this background character from what I heard. She plays a background character in Hamilton. And she was in this movie called Prom, which I'm actually interested in seeing it. I've never seen Prom before, but now I want to see that movie. Maybe before Wish, I'll check that movie out, like something around the Wish era, like that. And oh yeah, also like she has two upcoming movies that I'm actually pretty excited for. First one being Argyle, which by the way, the Argyle, that trailer for Argyle is one of the most rewatchable trailers in recent years. Yeah, I cannot stop rewatching that Argyle trailer. I'm actually really hyped for it. I think it might be now my most anticipated movie of February 2023. Thinking about it, but I'm still kind of we'll see how the Madame Web trailer goes. Yeah, we'll see how that Madame Web trailer goes first before I can decide which one is my most anticipated. Because I'm still hyped for Madame Web, but Argyle just wins me over already. Yeah, and also Craven the Hunter. She's also gonna be in Craven the Hunter. Yeah, playing this character named Calypso. And upon knowing that Ariana DeBose is in Craven the Hunter, I'm actually a lot more excited for that movie now. So, but yeah, but of course, Wish. I mean, despite all the praise that Ariana DeBose gets in West Side Story, I think that West that Asha is going to be the Ariana DeBose's best role. I already know it. I already know it. There is no competition in this. No competition whatsoever. I just know Asha will be her best role, but Anita will be a close second. Yeah, Anita. And at least she got to be the second best thing about the movie, second best performance, and yeah, I'm glad. There is actually one aspect in West Side Story in this movie that I think gets way too much hate, and that is Ansel Elgort as Tony. I mean, people hate him, even the fans of this movie. Yeah, if there's one thing that people dislike about this movie, it's Ansel Elgort's Tony. Yeah, and then he's just like people are saying that Ansel Elgort is the weak link of the movie. He's miscast as Tony, and his singing voice sucks, his acting sucks. But honestly, there's nothing wrong with Ansel Elgort's performance as Tony. I thought he did amazing. I mean, come on. I mean, how could you not like his performance? I don't see anything wrong. Like, first of all, his acting as Tony. I mean, you really feel his acting. And yes, I said for the longest time that Baby from Baby Driver was his best performance, but now in this recent viewing, I think Tony is now his best performance in his career. Yep. I don't care what the haters say. I really do not understand the hate for Ansel Elgort. I mean, he's amazing. I mean, just even his singing voice as well. You know, like especially when he was like Sound of Maria, Maria. You know that song? Yeah, his singing voice is incredible. Like, I mean, who the hell? I don't know how anyone can think Ansel Elgort can't sing. Yeah, that's what I heard for some people. But did you not listen to the song Maria? I mean, like, how, like, you know, his vocals. How could you think that is not that is not good. And he's out of tune. Like, just tell me what is wrong with it. Wrong with him, and I'll understand. Just yeah, but and the other performances are great as well. Are great as well. You know, David Alvarez, Mike Face, you know, Corey Stoll, who is way better in this movie than Yellow Jacket Darren in Ant-Man. And despite I kind of defend him as MODOK in Quantumania, I think that Corey Stoll is better in this movie, and this movie is better than Quantumania anyway. So yeah, it makes sense. And Rita Moreno, I'll get to Rita Moreno's character in a bit, but yeah, she gave a great performance. Yeah, like, love her performance in this one, but yeah. But I think other than that, yeah, like, now let's talk about other things than the performances as well. The songs now. Yeah, now I want to talk about the songs now, because the songs are, woo, yeah. Steven Spielberg really nailed it as a musical, and musical to me, I said it many times, and I'll say it again. Musical is one of my favorite genres of all time, next to action, and all the and all the songs here are incredible. There is not a single song, not a single miss here, not a single song that I was like, yeah, so many songs here. You know, I don't memorize all the songs in this one, but I'll talk about the more remarkable ones. Yeah, yeah, my personal favorite songs in this movie would be Tonight, both versions, the balcony and the quintet, the battle one. I Feel Pretty, you know, I feel pretty, oh so pretty. Yeah, and yes, that song perfectly captures Rachel Zegler. She's gorgeous. Saying Rachel Zegler is pretty is an understatement. And also, a boy like that. I mean, a boy like that. Yep, Ariana DeBose probably really went so hard with her vocals in that scene, and man, Rachel Zegler with her operatic voice, wow, and Maria, Ansel Elgort's best part when he sang Maria, just his defining moment right here, and yeah, and also I do like America as well. I like America is certainly my top five. I like it especially. Yeah, that song is just so catchy, and Ariana DeBose's singing voice. I like the being I mean. I like the being. Sorry, sorry, like if I came off as cringe to you, but yeah, you get what I mean. And I also enjoy songs that sung by supporting characters like Cool. Another one of Ansel Elgort's songs, and oh yeah, also G Officer Crumpy. Oh my god, that song is hilarious. I mean, that is honestly a really hilarious song. Despite this being an outright serious movie, I mean, G Officer Crumpy. I mean, that is honestly funnier than a lot of a lot of the comedy from comedy movies. You know, especially with the G Officer Crumpy. Crop you, yeah. What is it? Crop you. Like that is like if you actually get it, that is actually one of the most clever jokes I have ever heard. It is just so clever. Yeah, I just love it, and yeah, oh yeah, and also Rita Moreno's song somewhere. Yeah, I forgot how it is, and yeah, like what an amazing song. So yeah, like so much great songs. Everyone has like such incredible vocals, and I think the vocals are what made this movie's soundtrack so memorable. So yeah, if I were to personally rank the West Side Story songs, I would say my favorite would be Tonight. You know, Tonight. Yeah, Tonight would be my favorite easily. Number two would be A Boy Like That. A Boy Like That. Yeah, just. Oh yeah, by the way, one thing I forgot to mention about A Boy Like That, it is actually a very dark song because that song was performed in a very dark moment, which I'll get to in a bit. Which I'll get to in a bit. But yeah, it is a very dark song. It makes sense for the context of the scene. Yeah, I love how dark and bossy the song went, which is why it's my second favorite. But Nothing Can Beat Tonight is my favorite. A Boy Like That. I Feel Pretty is number three. Just me just crushing on Rachel Zegler's character. Her just straight up describing herself in all the most accurate ways possible. And it's just very catchy as well. Yeah, just a very happy, lighthearted song. Yeah, especially when, and also I actually like how that song pretty much followed up a dark scene. It just works so well. It just works somewhere. Number four is Maria. Ansel Elgort just singing about how he loves Maria, how he just met Maria and already loves her, and his singing voice, my god, like that is Broadway right there. That is Broadway. Number five is America. Despite it being a tad bit overrated, I mean, mainly because it's like the fan favorite song in the movie, but I think it's not the best, but it is an amazing song that really gets stuck in my head. Number six is probably, you know what, I'll just say top five for now. I mean, I'll just give you my top five, not my full ranking, because there's 13 songs in the movie. Well, technically 12 songs. Because the 13th one is the reprise version of Tonight, which is tied as my number one spot. But anyways, other aspects as well. Now with this movie as a remake, yeah, for the other points I made, I've mostly talked about this as a movie on its own. But how is this as a remake? Yeah, how is the writing, the dialogue, and all that stuff? This is incredibly faithful to the original. Rarely has a remake ever surpassed the original, but when a remake surpasses the original, you know you've nailed it. And Steven Spielberg, I don't think anyone else would have told this story better than Spielberg. Maybe Martin Scorsese, but I mean Spielberg is the right person. He just knocks it out of the park with this one right here. He just nails it. With the direction, Steven Spielberg's direction is probably what made this film just as remarkable of a remake as it is. And Yeah, just a perfect. It's just perfect, man. The production design, yeah, this served my award for best production design. In fact, how the hell did this not win best production design at the Oscars? I mean, just the way that they build those sets that captures the time period of this movie. It just works so well, like perfectly works. Incredible. Yep. And what else? Oh yeah, yeah, production design, and oh yeah, also I love how this movie, despite it being the same story, the exact same story as the first film, the the I mean not the first one but the original. I mean they were able to incorporate something new, some of new things like they made a few changes that actually works and fits well to the story. Like for example, Valentina is a character who did not exist in the original film. So Valentina is an original character that Steven Spielberg created, and I gotta say, yeah, she was perfectly. She definitely did serve a role to the story. Yeah, it actually makes sense to add her as an original character, a new character. I mean, and also yes, the fact that it was Valentina who sang somewhere instead of Tony. I think if I'm not mistaken, Tony was the one who sang somewhere in the original. Wait, I don't remember who it was, but I from based on my memory, it was Tony. I think Valentina is the right person to sing it, and I think yes, I wish the original film added Valentina to it. I think she would have serve my purpose. Yeah, so that's actually one of my criticisms, my flaws with the original is that it feels like it doesn't, it feels incomplete. It doesn't feel complete. It feels like there's something missing in the story, and so and this remake just fixes those missing things. So yeah, it just really fixes them, and despite some of the things that you may already see coming, that like if you see the original, you probably can see coming in the remake, like how Tony kills Bernardo. Like when the movie goes dark, Tony kills Bernardo during a Sharks versus Jets fight. Since Shark versus Jets fight, since Bernardo killed Riff. Oh yeah, I almost forgot his name, but Riff. Yeah, and then Maria got so angry at Tony, but quickly forgave her, and yeah, that was really nice of her to forgive. Yeah, I think Tony definitely deserved that forgiveness. It was technically Bernardo's fault, not Bernardo's fault, not Tony. It was Bernardo, and yeah, Bernardo is such a great and hateable antagonist. You really feel that hate towards him. You really despise him because of how much of a well-written and intimidating villain he really is. And what else? And also, not to mention Tony dying at the end. Yeah, Tony's death. It really works out better. It really works so well. Yeah, because it works so well in the remake because you still feel like shocked when you see these scenes happen. You actually feel shocked despite that they were coming. You still feel something from it. It's not like I just saw it coming. It's predictable. It's a remake. I know the story. Yeah, you still feel something from it, which is what made this truly work. What made this truly work. Yeah. So. Oh yeah, and also by the way, that ending is extremely dark. Yeah, what a dark ending, and yeah, I absolutely love it. Especially with especially when Valentina tells Tony that Chino killed Maria, and then we see Tony go into a breakdown, which yeah, Ansel Elgort in that scene gave such an incredible and heart-wrenching performance where you can actually feel it, and then you see Tony going out of the balcony, and it was like, oh, Chino, kill me. He wanted Chino to be killed, but then he turns out that he finds Maria alive before Chino actually shoots Chino actually shoots Tony, and then yeah, and then we see this powerful performance with Rachel Zegler just confronting Chino and all the boys. Yeah, and then it ends that way. Just yeah, and I know it may sound anticlimactic, but that's really how the remake and that's how the original film ended. So I can definitely forgive it there. And it was like some art house Oscar films that do end like that. They don't always have to be overly satisfying and all that stuff. Not all endings have to be like this. So yeah. So overall, West Side Story is a goddamn brilliant masterpiece. It is a masterpiece. This is probably my favorite live action musical film ever made. My favorite of the musical films that doesn't have the Disney logo. Well, even though this is technically a Disney movie, like it's not really a straight, not a traditional Disney musical. If you know what I mean, but yeah, out of all those kinds of musicals, this is my favorite of them all. This is the single greatest remake of all time due to how it stays true to the original while adding things that actually the original should have done and having like some of the best performances I've seen in 2021. In fact, I think Rachel Zegler would now get my award for best actress for best for best actress. Yep, I'm going that for yep. Rachel Zegler. Yeah, sorry, Madeline Swan. Sorry, Leia Seydoux, but yeah, Rachel Zegler now deserves my Frozen Award for best leading actress of 2000 and my Frozen was 2022 for that year. Well, as for Ariana DeBose, she'd still get nominated, but honestly, I'd give the win to Ana de I still would give my Best Supporting Actress award to Ana de Armas in No Time to Die. She's still one of my crushes of 2020. She's still my main movie crush of 2022, despite Kate Bishop being nowadays being my biggest crush of 2021. I mean 2021. Maria would definitely be in my top five for sure. But yeah, and not only that, but it also has incredible songs, incredible vocals, incredible production values, and it's just all in all a perfect movie. It's just the best movie of 2021. Not really. I'd still think that No Time to Die is still my favorite movie of 2021. Still my favorite movie of 2021, and also I'd put I'd rank Spider-Man No Way Home and Encanto higher than this, but yeah, West Side Story is now officially my fourth favorite movie of 2021. Well, I think I've called this my fourth favorite for a long time, but yeah, it definitely deserves a fourth place. Like that is a good enough for this one. I mean, it's just hard for this movie to top No Time to Die, Spider-Man No Way Home and Encanto. Yeah, they're all the goats of 2021. And one more thing I'd like to say before I wrap this up, what a pity shame this movie bombed at the box office. It deserved so much better, yeah. And honestly, it's sad that none of Rachel Zegler's movies have been a box office success. Has been a box office success. I mean, yeah, has been a box office success. I mean, West Side Story bombed, Shazam! Fear of the Gods bombed. Snow White is most likely gonna bomb, but due to all the controversy and stuff. Hunger Games, I don't know, but I think Hunger Games Battle of Song vs. Snakes is actually in. I don't know about it, but it is in danger. It might flop domestically, but I feel like it'll do well internationally because Hunger Games is actually very big. It's a very big franchise for international viewers, especially in my country. Like all people in my country were so obsessed with Hunger Games back then. I think Hunger Games will break the internet once again with the Battle of Song vs. Snakes. So hopefully Hunger Games Battle of Song vs. Snakes will be the first Rachel Zegler movie to be to have at least a decent numbers at the box office, at least break even. It doesn't have to be a big hit, but at least just break even. And also, but maybe Y2K could be the most successful Rachel Zegler movie. Y2K, I don't know about that, but maybe people will be put off by the fact that Rachel Zegler is in it. But yeah, but for sure, Y2K will have a low budget, and it's probably gonna make money because of that low budget. And yeah, so maybe Y2K would be my hope for Rachel Zegler's career, that like she can have at least one successful career in her one successful film in her career. But yeah, West Side Story still remains her best film. Will it be top? Let's see. So with that said, I'm gonna give West Side Story an easy 5 stars out of 5. Perfect movie. So also for my review of West Side Story, what are your thoughts on this movie? Is this your favorite? Is this your favorite Steven Spielberg movie? Is this at least in your top 10 favorite Spielberg movies, or are you not a fan of this film and think the original is far superior? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my Disney Revival Age movie reviews leading up to Wish. Yep, it is officially gonna begin with The Princess and the Frog. So yeah, bye guys.